You've probably heard it 100 times. Always buy waterproof hiking boots. It's practically outdoor gospel. It is dogma. Every store associate says it. Every review site repeats it. And for years, I believed it too. Until I started tracking my own hikes, how my foot felt in higher temperatures, and the blister count I got with hiking boots. Here's what I learned the hard way. If you're hiking in warm or dry conditions, that waterproof label may be the reason why your feet feel like they're boiling by mile 3 and you have blisters building up crazy. One time when I was hiking in the White Mountains in July, it was around 82 degrees, sunny, zero chance of rain. I put on my nice waterproof hiking boots and I was thinking, perfect. When I'm going through water, it's going to protect me, everything like that. 3 miles later, my socks were drenched. My sweat was trapped inside of the boot because that waterproof membrane doesn't allow vapors to always escape. My foot felt like I was walking through a swamp. So no, your feet are not broken. You're just following the wrong advice. That's the kind of advice that sounds smart in theory, but fails in the real world. That's what we're fixing today. So let's start with why this happens. A waterproof boot uses a membrane like Gore-Tex or Even. It's designed to block water from coming in, but allow the vapors like sweat, things like that to escape. On paper, that sounds perfect, but in reality, it's not magic. It's literally physics. And you may think, I might not even need waterproof boots. I'm not going through a bunch of creek crossings, things like that. However, I just want that waterproof protectiveness when I need it most. So when outside temperatures go past 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you're generating body heat literally with every uphill step. That vapor escape system literally cannot keep up. The inside of your boot literally turns into a sauna, moisture builds up, sock stays wet, friction increases, and guess what? Blisters form. Then there's the recovery problem. Those same membranes take forever to dry once they're wet. A non-waterproof boot can dry in 4 hours. Waterproof? Try 12, sometimes 24 hours to fully dry. That means if you hike 2 days in a row, if you're backpacking, literally on day 2, those damp liners and swampy socks are perfect conditions for skin breakdown and blisters. So you're wondering why your top-rated waterproof boots feel like punishment on those warmer trails. The issue isn't your endurance, it's not your feet, it's that you're wearing the wrong tool for the job. So to prove this, I ran a side-by-side test. I have the non-waterproof Hoka here, which is called the Anacapa Breeze, with the Gore-Tex version, just the regular Hoka Anacapa. Same trail, same mileage, same pace. And here's what happened. After 3 hours in 82-degree weather, I measured how my foot felt and how damp my socks were. The Gore-Tex version of the Anacapa, my feet were super sweaty and damp. The Anacapa Breeze, however, nice and breathable, literally a few drips of sweat, not even. That difference was a great line between feeling comfortable and quite unbearable on the trail. So I also tracked dry time after crossing a few shallow streams. This waterproof boot took over 12 hours to dry, and the vented one was around 3.5. So it wasn't literally about the numbers during my testing, it was how my body felt. In the Anacapa Breeze, the non-waterproof version, my feet felt cooler, lighter, and less fatigued. Definitely lighter. I felt like I was moving a lot quicker on the trail with a better pace. In the Anacapa 2 Gore-Tex, the waterproof version, I felt like I had more of softer skin and a minor heel rub that I usually don't get on the trail. Also, I felt like my soggy socks were just clonking along on the trail with me. So when it comes to the waterproof advantage, that completely flipped the moment heat became the variable on the trail. And that's what most summer hikers or even fall hikers experience without even realizing it. Now let's be clear, the waterproof boots absolutely have their place. If you're hiking in consistent rain, snow, temps, anything below 60 degrees, they're gold, they're solid, they're great. You'll appreciate the protection on muddy inclines and those creek crossings, or even those crazy rainy days. The key is matching conditions to construction. Use the waterproof when the environment stays cool and damp, and use the vented mesh when it's warm and dry. Simple rule, but 90% of hikers never even think about it that way. They always just think, let me just choose the waterproof one because I'll get that protection when I need it. It's not when you just need it, it's what you're up against that day. So when you treat waterproofing as situational, not universal, you get the best of both worlds, comfort and protection. Beyond the blisters, there's another hidden penalty, durability. Moisture trapped inside of the boot accelerates midsole breakdown. A lot of people don't know that. Weakens the adhesives if you have shoes that are not traditionally stitched and they're welded together. and it weakens those glued adhesives or welded adhesives in the boot itself. So I've seen premium boots lose their structure in literally a single hot summer because hikers use waterproof models year round. They thought they were protecting themselves and their investment, but they were literally slowly cooking that boot from the inside. And some of those boots are built with great construction. There's nothing wrong with them. People are just using them at the wrong time. So ironically, the more you wear waterproof boots in the wrong environment, the faster you tend to ruin them. So here's the easy fix. Below 60 degrees or a wet forecast, go with the waterproof boot. Above 60 degrees and dry trails, vented mesh, just like this boot. That's it. If you tend to live somewhere hot or humid, pick a boot with mesh panels, just like the Hoka Anacapa Breeze here. Pair it with a nice moisture wicking merino wool sock, not cotton. You'll literally have cooler feet, faster and longer lasting gear. So here's my challenge to you: be a smarter hiker. A lot of people tend to complain about the durability of the boot when they're not actually using it the right way. You want something that breaks down easily, use a waterproof boot when you're in nice hot weather, and it's just going to break down earlier. Not because it's made with bad materials, but you're not using it in the most smart way possible. On your next warm weather hike, swap your waterproof boots for a nice vented pair and notice the difference after 5 miles. Again, if you want to check out our fully waterproof boots or nice ventilated non-waterproof boots, visit mountaineerjourney.com, where you can see all the reviews, individual guides, as well as best of guides for hiking boots, along with a quick guide that helps you find the right hiking boot for you. Because hiking shouldn't feel like you're suffering through gear mistakes, finally, what your gear is meant to do and will last you a long time. Thank you.